Darcey has been skunked. That was so rare. Let's get home. Come on, I think our whole day has changed. So this is after 2 baths. 2 baths. We are waiting for the children to get back with more supplies. Was that a good treat? Darcey seemed okay. One of her eyes is a little red, but she's okay. The bathroom smells terrible, so we are trying to contain the smell. And anything else you want to share with the world, dear? Lucas is a rock star who dropped everything in the meeting he was in to come help, which is the perk of having him work from home. Yay, Darcey! Yeah, you were just trying to make a friend. Were you trying to have a friend? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, bathroom diaries part 2? Part 2. So what we did was Lucas mixed up a concoction of baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, dish soap, and warm water. And he brought it outside. And so we bathed her outside first, and that was on the ASPCA website. So we bathed her outside, rinsed her outside, carried her directly into the bathroom, did another bath with her regular oatmeal soap, and the smell is noticeably less. I went out to tell the kids what to go buy, raced out in my underwear upstairs to tell them, and then we realized we needed more baking soda. So I raced out to the garage and flagged them down in my underwear to tell them more baking soda. So when I came back in, the house did not smell like skunk, but the bathroom definitely does. It's not terrible, but I've got the window open, and she doesn't smell nearly as bad as she did, right, Lucas? Yeah, so I think we're gonna give her one more bath, see how she's doing. Just gonna hang out with her in the bathroom for the afternoon. Right, I know, it was so scary. You don't like bath time on a good day. And today you're gonna have like 4 of them. We've gotta do all the laundry too, because that's it. So I don't think we're gonna go downstairs to do a workout today. I think this counted as the workout. And we'll see what else happens. Wow, that was an adventure. Yeah, that was an adventure. Thanks for coming along. We gave Darcey one other bath. I don't remember how many total. One other bath, and then an oatmeal bath, and then half a bath with just her head and muzzle, because that's really where the smell was focused. And then we both took showers. Everything's in the washing machine. The house is not too bad. Yeah, the house is not too bad, which is great. Yeah, I'm sure if you have a dog, you have probably had something similar happen, and yeah, we did the best we can. We now have tomato juice also and extra baking soda, and so the solution that Lucas found quickly online seemed to do a really good job. So we'll stick with that. Yeah, and now we know, because it's funny, we've been here for 3.5 years, and we'd smelled skunks before, but we'd never seen one, and we certainly had never run into one. But Lucas had a good point that maybe, they're waking up now and looking for food, because we certainly don't see them out during the day. And we've walked that walk, multiple times a week, sometimes multiple times a day, and had never come across anything. So springtime, you just never know what to expect, especially when you're out in nature. So now we've got ticks to be aware of, skunks to be aware of, every other thing to be aware of. I know we have porcupines around, but we haven't, you know, gotten too friendly with them, so knock wood, that doesn't happen. But anyway, you just never know what to expect. And yeah, so Darcey's okay. Like I said, she doesn't normally enjoy a bath on a good day, and she's had many today. So I closed the door to the bedroom, so we're going to try to keep her out of here for a little bit. Yeah, we'll see how the rest of the day goes. I have made a chamomile and lavender tea, as I have a little bit of work to do. I have, I'm going to write up notes from Teresa's session this morning and send them over to her, because that is one of the biggest benefits that she sees from our time together, is getting notes afterwards. I take tons of notes during the session, and then I write them up, as well as listing. Oh, the washing machine's making funny noises because there's so many towels in it. So I write up the notes and I put together goals for her for the next month, and then I see her a month from now. I really enjoy my time with her. I really enjoy time with any clients, because yeah, it's just, everybody's stories are so interesting and everyone's creative processes are so interesting. And so the fact that I get to witness them and help them evolve is really such an honor, and I love that part of my work. Yeah, so I'm going to turn around, get some work done, and then probably end up on the couch. It is already after 3:30 when I checked, so that took a lot of time in the bathroom. But I'm just so thankful that Lucas works from home and can drop everything. He was in a meeting. I had Finn call him when we were walking home and just be like, "Tell Dad, start looking up what to do for skunks." And so we also got hydrogen peroxide from our neighbors, from my mom and dad. They are always prepared for everything, and so I knew that we were out of hydrogen peroxide, so I sent Finn over to get some, which is amazing to, you know, to have your parents next door to be able to help out in a pinch, and every once in a while we get to help them out too, which is nice. But all right, more tea, and I'll see you in a little bit. Hello, my stinky. Hello. Are you all wet? You still smell. You still smell. Yeah, you do. Not as bad, but yeah, we've got the windows open. We don't normally have the windows open when it's this cold. No. Can I smell you again? Oh, I thought we got you. Do we need to do another bath? Well, even though I think we need to give her one more bath, and it's really just her poor head, and it's so hard to wash dogs' heads, I'm gonna wait because Lucas is in a meeting and I don't want to do it by myself. So I'm gonna wait, and then we'll probably give her one more bath. But so I finished writing up Teresa's notes from our call, which is awesome. One thing that we talked about that I've been thinking a lot about, particularly after last week's video, which you all left such wonderful, thoughtful comments. I really appreciate it. It was a vulnerable share. And so I had this whole, like, not plan, but I was going to go downstairs and work out. Like, that was the plan for the afternoon. And then from there, it was probably going to come up that it's been about 6 months since my breast reduction and how exercise feels different and all of that. And I was thinking about boundaries, because we all have them. And some of the things that I'm comfortable talking about, you might not be comfortable talking about. But there's a lot that I feel like is important to know the whole story. The fact that I stopped drinking, the fact that, being sober is a choice and a necessity at some points, but it's just a way of being, not just a way of being. I need to be very careful when I talk about sobriety, because it's a very sensitive topic. And similarly with the breast reduction, I'm comfortable talking about it. Bodies are bodies. The more that my thought is, the more we can normalize some of the things that we feel shame about, or other people feel shame about, the better. Because bodies are just bodies. My body was not working the way that I wanted it to. I was having trouble moving. I was in a lot of pain, and I knew that I could make a change, and so I did. And it was one of the best changes that I could possibly make for myself. And so we can always only talk from our own experiences. I'm comfortable talking about all of that. And if you have questions about anything like that, those would be great questions to leave for that Ask Me Anything post or video that I'll do. But I do have boundaries. My kids, a lot of the stuff that has to do with my kids, I won't share about. Those are their stories for them to share in their own. Finn came along with me on the walk today, but he wasn't comfortable having his face on the screen. There's lots of experiences that happen here, or that have happened in the adjustment period between, like, living next door to my parents after not having done that for most of my adult life, that I won't share here. So really, I'm comfortable talking about my own experiences. I'm not comfortable bringing in anybody else's, unless I speak with them first about that. So those are my boundaries. I want to be as authentic as I can on here and with everyone that I come in contact with. And that's kind of where I'm coming from in all of that. So yeah, I'm not really terribly comfortable talking about money and finances, but there's probably a lot of baggage around that, and that's probably why. So who knows, maybe someday that'll come into play too. But so I did not go downstairs to work out today. I've really been enjoying working with weights more, and I love Body Fit by Amy here on YouTube. She's phenomenal, and her big catch line is like, be where you are today. But I love her videos. I love how it feels to move now. It's taken a long time. Like, healing took a long time. And so I'm just getting to the point where I was prior to surgery, and it feels really good, and I'm excited to, like, keep moving and keep moving forward, which I think I had gotten really to the only point that I could, without making some major changes. So yeah, but I think today, washing the dog, running back home after the skunk, like I'm good. I've got my comfy clothes on. I'll probably have to take another shower after a shower, Darcey. But yeah, and this is why I love the life that we've created here, the flexibility that comes into play when something like that happens. Like, there was no part of me that was stressed because I had to move things around, or things that needed to be moved couldn't be moved. And I just love that. Of course, there's appointments and things that, if they were to be today, it would have been stressful, but I probably would not have taken Darcey on a rainy walk if I had those. So Anyway, I am going to sit down. I would love to knit, but I'm a little afraid of getting my knitting out with all of the smells in the house. So I think I'm going to sit down with my big stack of books, which I did want to share. Because yeah, I've started some new ones since whenever. Right now I'm reading this book, Susanna Kearsley's newest one, The King's Messenger. I'm only a chapter in, but I'm kind of savoring it. It's shorter than a lot of her other books, so I'm trying to pace myself. Yeah, so I've started this one. I'm reading or rereading this, The Creative Doer by Anna Lavender. We're reading this over in my Patreon book club, and we're reading it this month and next month. I have to finish it up so I can get discussion questions out at the end of the month. And it's A Brave Woman's Guide from Dreaming to Doing. Anna put this out in 2019, and I read it then when it came out. And reading it again, it's like, I mean, you think a lot of time has passed between 2019 and now, but I think it's even more relevant now than it was. It speaks particularly to shifting our thoughts around creativity and creative processes based on our actual needs, not this like lone male genius hiding in a cabin in the woods creating things, kind of thing. Like, how can we actually get our work, do our work, and get to where we want to be within the parameters of our actual lives. It's a great book. I read this one last week, maybe the week before. I accidentally ordered the large print edition, which I am not mad about. I posted on Instagram. I kind of love the large print. This is Blackwood's Blue Sky, and it's Yoan Ivy's newest book. I talked about her in my Comfort Reads video because I've just adored The Snow Child. This, in my opinion, was not as good as The Snow Child. I enjoyed this more than her second book. I don't remember, Bright Eyed, some New World, something like that. But I really did enjoy this book. I thought it was sweet, it was evocative, atmospheric, all the things. There were so many things. I don't normally highlight novels, but there were a couple lines in this one that I did. I'm not gonna be able to find them. Oh, this one. Oh gosh, this one. I think it makes sense without context. For good and bad, though, we are each bound to our own character. I really liked that line. And in the book, it makes a lot of sense. And if you read the book, I'd be curious how you feel about that line. But that one stuck with me quite a bit. We are bound to our own characters for good and bad. Yeah, that's one to chew on a little bit. And the last one probably needs no introduction if you're in creative communities, but it arrived, I pre-ordered it, and I'm excited to read it. It's We Need Your Art by Amy McNee. I was so excited when it came because, you know, having followed Amy for years and years and years, it's really cool to see her work come to fruition in lots of different ways. So I think this will actually be the May-June book club pick on my Patreon. So if you're interested in any of those and want to have a little bit of discussion, I don't actually do like book club meetings, so everyone can just kind of chew on the questions themselves, have some discussion in the forum on Patreon or within the post themselves. But I think that makes it a little bit more accessible in some ways. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one too. So yeah, Paige just left for guitar practice. So she'll be back around 6. I was a good friend to myself over the weekend. I vacuumed and cleaned and did laundry and made a big dinner last night that we're just gonna have leftovers of tonight. So I think I'm gonna read, maybe try to get a few more words on the spelling bee because I'm only at 4. I'm only at 4. Lucas and Finn are way better at that than I am, but that's okay. I like the challenge of trying to grow my vocabulary amidst some competition, so that's always fun. But yeah, so I don't know how much more I'll film today, but regardless, it's been kind of fun taking you along with me. And yeah, the day did not go how I was expecting it to go, but here we are. And so I'm just gonna get cozy and spend some time with some good books. I do feel the need to add that not every day is as unscheduled as today. I have a lot of things planned for the rest of the week, and I'm going to be out of the house for the rest of the week. So which is kind of unusual, to be honest, for me to have this many plans. So I blocked off today as a filming day because the videos do take some time. They take a bit of time. But yeah, not every day is this like flowy and chill, but a lot of them are. And so I do feel like this is a good representation of what my days are like, especially the unexpected, like dog getting skunked. There's a good mix, and as the weather changes, I do hope to show you all the places that I really enjoy going. I think it's hard in cold weather to get out and about and film things. So I'm excited to take you to Sebago Lake when it gets warmer, and I'm excited to share some coastal adventures and yeah, just what things come up around here, what creative adventures we get to, and yeah. So again, this is not every single day, but it is a few days and a decent representation. So, and it's taken a lot of work to get here. Like I said, my kids are on spring break, but even without that, they're of the ages where I'm just kind of here as a guide and to help give them whatever they need in terms of support. Finn's been accepted to college for the fall. I don't know why I'm sitting like this. This is a little weird. I thought it was going to be quick. Yeah, Finn's been accepted to the University of Maine in the fall. He'll be studying outdoor leadership and recreation. And so he's kind of coasting until the end of the school year. Paige takes 2 classes over at the community college, and the other studies that she does, she's pretty self-sufficient. So really, it's taken a very long time to get here. My days, even just a couple years ago, looked so different because of the kids' needs and homeschooling, and so I'm kind of enjoying this transition. There's a lot of time where I just feel like I'm here waiting for somebody to need me, and that's okay. What I've been trying to do is take that time to remember what it's like to dip in and out of work, to trust that I can give myself more than a few minutes of time, and to be okay with unexpected interruptions like car trouble, or again, a dog getting skunked, that kind of stuff, or if a kid is having a tough time and just needs some support and extra love. I still prioritize them and always will. But yeah,
it's all a transition. So if you have little ones at home, it changes, it evolves. My worries, I gotta say, feel a lot bigger than they did. They felt pretty big when they were little too. But yeah, motherhood, parenthood is a wild ride, and we've just got to flow with it, right? So yeah, I did want to say that. I know I'm lucky, but it's also been a lot of work to get here, and we've given up a lot of different things to get here as well. So nothing's perfect. Nothing is perfect. But I do believe in trying to make the best of what we have, and when possible, romanticizing our everyday life, because there's a lot of beauty. It was really nice to be able to spend a little bit of silly time in the bathroom with my husband while we were, washing the dog, and the fact that we could laugh about it instead of being so stressed about it, that felt really big. So, all right, back to the books. The skunk is coming to look for Darcey, and it's now in my parents' backyard, heading for underneath their porch. So the saga of the skunk continues right then. Oh my gosh. I'm showing you the phone, like I don't even know if you could see the picture, but oh my gosh. The skunk. What is gonna happen? Jeremy just sent me this text. And then
she's fine.
She's totally fine.
Why? Because she's still so. Oh.
What do you want? I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but Lucas is downstairs in the basement using the shop vac because our basement has a bunch of water in it. Not as much water as if we hadn't dug the French drain that we did last summer. So that's a bonus. It could be worse. Could always be worse. We do normally have dinner all together. It's something that I really love that we do, and I think we all really enjoy it. Not because I think everybody has to, it's just something that we just naturally have always done. And yeah, it's just a nice way to come together. And again, our life allows for that. Not everyone's does. And the kids aren't doing sports or anything, so I think that makes a big difference, right? But yeah, so we did not eat dinner together because we've all been doing various jobs around the house. But tonight calls for ice cream. So I'm gonna get some of my little Oatly ice cream out. I love all of their flavors. I've been using these cute little teacups, and it makes it stretch a little longer. So I'm going to have some ice cream, and then I'm going to sit with my comfort knit, not in my usual evening knitting chair because it's too close to the basement door and it's too loud. So I'm gonna go back over to where you've seen me multiple times today on the couch by the hearth side, even though we don't have a fire going. And yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my sweet treat for the evening, get some knitting done, and then probably call it an early night because it's been a day. But yeah, I'm sure I'll say goodnight in a little bit, but I hope you enjoy a sweet treat today at some point. We all deserve it. And yeah, if you don't do dairy, give Oatly stuff a try. It's really, really good.
Woo. We've had a day, haven't we? I am here in bed, all shiny faced thanks to lotions and potions. I've got my book and I've got my best stinky girl with me, right? I did want to say that I would have loved for there to be more writing time today. But sometimes your dog gets skunked, the basement floods, things happen, and you don't get as much time as you want to, and that's okay. I'm grateful for the time I spent working with Katie and Samantha this morning. I'm so grateful for that thoughtful time and that expansive time with Teresa this morning. I'm beyond grateful for all of that, and those few hours have left me with a lot to think about, a lot to be grateful for, a lot to propel me forward. Having that time to reflect on the things that I do want from the various things that I'm doing was really important, and that's part of the work. All of this is part of the work. Living is writing, and vice versa. Writing is living? I guess you could say that too. Some people might say that. Like I said earlier, it was really fun to take you all along with me for the day, like having my little friend in my pocket and my camera. Maybe we'll do it again. Next month there's a day where I have a bunch of stuff planned, like for myself for a day away to prep before my brother comes into town. So it'll be like a day in the life out on the road. So that might be kind of fun. I will not have a doggy companion. She is an at-home dog. She's a sweetheart, but she's a terrified rescue. And not too terrified to go see and try to make friends with a skunk, though. We might have to have some words. But yeah, so she mostly stays at home. But she is my best girl. We do lots together here at home. She's my constant companion. And we love her very much. She's almost asleep already. She's a tired girl. I will wrap it up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you very much. As always, feel free to subscribe, like, comment. If you've got questions for me, please leave them down below, specifically for that Ask Me Anything video for next month. And I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye, friends. Be well.